okay, this is actually pretty cool because imagine you have ChatGPT on the right giving you feedback and you're working on your slides on the left.
Hi, Tarek. How are you? It's been a while.
It's been a while, holidays, sickness, everything in between. But we're back. We're back. I'm good. I'm good.
Transitional weather.
Transitional weather. Yeah, it's been a busy few weeks, but we're back. We're back. I'm good. You?
We're back. Yeah, I'm okay too, man. I sprained an ankle. I got sick. My baby got sick, so we're all recovering.
Yeah,
But
we're
during
already
our hiatus, a lot of
lots of things
stuff
that
went
yeah.
down. Like a lot of things got into the space. Let's start first with the new browser, the hot new browser in town, Atlas. Have you been taking her for a spin? How has she been treating you?
It's the her, he, it. I don't
They,
know.
them?
I don't know. I have been testing it, but not in depth yet because it's just been released. But I think it's pretty cool. So already like one use case I've been using it for because I create lots of presentations, right? Whether it's internal or for workshops. And I think with Atlas, because it has ChatGPT within the browser. So like they have a feature called Ask GPT and it's gonna look at what you're browsing. So if you're already working on your Google Docs, it can already give you feedback like on what you're working on, which is pretty cool. So it would tell me slide 7, too much text, slide 9, too much pictures, and maybe add a slide 11 to conclude something. So I think that's the first use case where I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty cool because imagine you have ChatGPT on the right giving you feedback and you're working on your slides on the left. So that's pretty cool. And I think there's lots of use cases for it for sure, but I haven't, tested
Use it to
it
its full potential.
exactly.
I
So yeah, let's see.
I've just still been using ChatGPT because I feel like I'm so seasoned with Chrome. I'm a
Yeah,
creature of habit. I find it strange that the answers are sort of given to me. Like even if I do like a local search, right? I was like top hairdressers near me. And I know that they're pulling from Google data or like Bing, whatever. But then it's being shown to me in a way that it almost feels like it's a chatbot, but I sort of don't trust it. Like
yeah.
I want to have conversations with ChatGPT. I don't know if I can let go of Chrome. I think I've just been too conditioned, and I know that I need to understand how it works so that
True.
I can figure
True. I
figure
think
it
it's
out.
also the same. We were like, I don't think I'll ever not use Google, but then ChatGPT happened. I'm like, okay, I'm using Google less, which is a fact. But I think with the new browser, we have lots of cool Chrome extensions. So until I think this ChatGPT
Transition.
Ultra has its own extensions, we're gonna keep using Chrome for sure. But I think it's pretty nice to have an agent while you're browsing certain sites that can perform certain things for you. Now, I'm not,
Sidekick.
yeah, but I'm not sure yet if, for example, like the Chrome extensions of ChatGPT Atlas would be the custom GPTs that you've built. Like, we don't know how it's gonna work out.
Yeah, how is it going to roll out? Exactly. Like,
So
what
it's
do they have
still
planned?
new. Yeah, still new. I have no idea. For sure now Chrome extensions are irreplaceable, some of them for sure. But I've been testing, yeah, Atlas one. I think there are some use cases that are pretty cool. I think for research and giving you just feedback, auditing certain things, like imagine you go on a certain website and you ask it like, okay, uh, is it conversion centric this page I'm on, or is it fictional? What do you think about the value proposition? What do you think about my document, my PDF file? So lots of things you can audit, which is pretty cool. But other than that, if you want, I don't know, some functionalities of Chrome extensions, I don't think it replaces those yet, especially when it comes to keyword research, for example.
Yeah, the usability part of it is not
Of
there,
course,
but then the
yeah.
potential is there.
But that,
But how do you feel about then AI mode on Google, on Chrome? Since it's
uh,
launched, do you think it's been tucked away a bit too much that's why you're not maybe using it as much, or do you see yourself flicking through AI mode? Because I just completely forget it's there.
me too. I don't think I've had the chance to really go for it.
Except when it's launched, we tried it out and then that was it, right? I was like, oh cool, okay, this is like a
No.
chatbot situation, like a chat GPT
Yeah,
interface situation, but like it didn't give me any extra. And I think
same
that's the
thing.
benefit like Atlas is going to have, is that the usability. We are so conditioned to using chat GPT that we're now going to also, once we know that we can kind of pop it out from the side and
Yeah.
just browse as we do it, like if our mental model works with that.
I think
I
what's gonna make it or break it is just the agentic stuff. So if it
mm,
works really well, the agent mode, then everyone will switch at some point to the Atlas thing. But if it's
yeah,
still what it is right now, which is kind of basic, not bad, but not great, I think I'm not gonna ditch Chrome just yet.
cool. Okay, now we're going to actually talk about the other news that we have accumulated
Hmm.
during our hiatus. So the
It
first
was a
one
hiatus, yeah.
is like both
September
of
20.
it.
It was supposed to be September 26th. Exactly 1 month ago. Oh wow, okay.
Oh god. But guys, these are still relevant, like, relevant updates in this
For
space.
sure.
Because there's also what I realized, there's a lot of noise in this space, but there's not as many major updates. Like Atlas was obviously a huge thing, but
Yeah.
these are also things that happened earlier in the month, like last month.
I think we
But
also had Sora too when we were on a
oh
hiatus as well.
yes, we wanted to talk
There were
there's
some
some good
updates.
ones.
There were some
There were
updates.
some
There were some good updates.
We can talk about Sora after the YouTube one. But yeah,
Yeah.
so the first one of the earlier updates was like Reddit introducing publisher tools and analytics. So this basically showed that Reddit was, in my opinion, ready to compete with Google, with Chrome, with other browsers by, showing that you can also understand how to present yourself and what's reaching the audience of Reddit. So they were
Mhm.
kind of trying to make themselves more competitive. So what this was is Reddit is testing pro tools for publishers inside a new link tab. I think some of you have played with this before. And why this matters is because, the lack of visibility in how content performs on Reddit has always been a black box. So, connecting community signals to search, subreddits, titles, phrasings, etc., like brand mentions, sort of helps as well understand how we can sort of get cited on AI. I mean, on ChatGPT or other browsers, which is something that was very much a black box in Reddit, right? Like, and I think that also held back a lot of marketers in having like a proper strategy,
Yeah.
content strategy, or branding strategy on Reddit. So this also makes it easier usability wise because you can like sort of like discover topics a lot faster, measure KPIs. So it becomes a more important channel for marketers, no longer a black box.
Of course. It's a good channel and underused channel, in my opinion.
Exactly. Very underutilized. So some of the implications of Reddit's rise is traffic is down. ChatGPT is only sending 52% of fewer clicks since July. But the caveat for this is I think it's very much related to what Google did, which was forced pagination, where they limited like the infinite,
Yeah.
scroll and scraping of data. So unfortunately, that cut back, Reddit citations. So it's not so much that ChatGPT is choosing to send less Reddit like data. I mean,
Yeah.
less Reddit sources. It's just basically on Google. LLMs are shifting. They cite brands more and likeness. Mentions and entities are getting weight, while raw hyperlinks matter less. Reddit is now exploding. So once more, this is more based in July, like late summer, September. Things have changed since then, but also not that much. I feel like it still is a very important source.
Yeah, and
But
the
yeah,
top three sources for ChatGPT and other LLMs.
exactly, exactly. So still important. Do you have any tidbits on this? Have you been using Reddit analytics? Have you played or like checked anything out? Do you have like a subreddit or
No, I'm active on Reddit as a user, but I haven't been using it, as a business, for example, or something else. But I think for content marketers, it's a great channel to just get inspirational about what kind of content that can resonate with your audiences, because lots of discussions happens on Reddit, lots of questions being asked on Reddit, questions that your potential customers are asking. So just go on there, see what's being asked. Anyway, like ignore the SEO, GEO part. Just for content marketing, if you go on Reddit, you're gonna come up with lots of topics for your content calendar. So definitely be active there. And of course,
nice? And now you can verify, I mean, you can validate it as well because you have analytics. So you can also, if you are working, I guess, in a company and you're trying to split your time between like, optimizing your presence on different channels for social media, etc., you need to actually have Reddit, I think, on your calendar.
yeah, yeah,
And you have the metrics now to back that it's like, to show numbers, to track growth so that you can actually roll out more experiments. So yeah,
yeah.
Team Reddit.
Team Reddit.
Nice. Team Reddit. Number two, second topic. And this happened also a while ago, but still super relevant. ChatGPT released its user behavior study. It was quite dense. So the TL DR is that, OpenAI and collaborators released the largest study to date on consumers' ChatGPT usage. It analyzes 1.5 million conversations using privacy-preserving automated classifiers and tracks adoption patterns over time. A mouthful, but
Yeah.
if you're into,
I
what it
think
was.
this is the surprising stat for me. The next one is like 30% of the usage of ChatGPT is work related. I
Yes.
thought it would be the other way around. Like we would like for me, I always used it at work, but to see that it's only 30% of the usage is like okay.
Exactly, because people are actually using it for their daily lives. And I have this another piece of content that we're creating on our YouTube channel is these interviews that I do with experts in the field of AI and SEO. And there's a question that I have in my rapid fire round asking if you use LLMs just for work or, outside of work. And everyone's like, of course, outside of work. Like I use it to make recipes. I use it to help me plan my day, like with my kids or like, so
Yeah.
people, and also during work hours you're probably using it to like sort flights or like help you meal plan or
True.
meal prep.
I think at least myself, I use it more than I think outside of work. But it's like moments, right? When we're having discussion with my friends, I'm gonna prove you wrong. So I ask ChatGPT, is it true that I don't know this animal has X something, whatever.
What
So I
has
think that's
like
how I use it
5 legs?
more for discussion or getting just information, but not work information. But yeah, recipes for sure. If you're traveling to Rome or whatever, you get tips.
And
But
also I think another
yeah,
interesting stat is like 46% of all messages come from young adults.
yeah.
Like that's almost half, like 18 to 25. So the Gen Zs and like are really on this, but I feel like they're also probably using it a bit dangerously, like where they are using it as their therapist, as their life coach almost.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of
really dangerous territory there.
Yes, for us millennials, we will not disclose our age because it's not polite to share. We are forever,
You're
we will be forever
25.
25.
You're using
Wait,
it part of the 48% that
no, 26, 26. So I can't claim. No, I would like to wish. No, you will never know our real age. But anyway,
wow.
yeah, for these kids that are out there like making use of this, it's kind of scary that they are sort of using it for all their major life decisions. Where to eat, where to party, are my friendships toxic? Like, so it's ChatGPT is basically their advisor. And then unfortunately to switch gears, because we are after all marketers, it's really good for marketers to know their audience, like what the majority of people, I mean, the demographic of people on ChatGPT and maybe the kind of content that you wish to get, like when you're trying to brand your company or your product, and
Yeah,
how that's going to be consumed by the younger generation, and how to position yourself. Another interesting thing is that three topics dominate nearly like 80% of those conversations. So the non-work, no, this is not as interesting, but oh yes, the three topics: practical guidance, seeking information, and writing. Sorry, it is actually very important. So
yeah.
these are the three major topics of conversation that people have on ChatGPT based on the study. Writing is the main task, and about 2/3 of writing is editing or improving user text rather than writing from scratch, which makes a lot of sense. We're
That's
usually copy
great.
pasting. I use it a lot for like, I used to be an avid user of Grammarly, but now I find myself taking my emails and dumping it into ChatGPT to perfect, or because I don't know why I don't trust Google's Gmail's polish function
Yeah.
or formalize function as well.
I do the same, by the way. Like, if I want to write something, I use the voice, feature, and I would say, "Hey, I'm sending an email. Make sure to mention I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and keep my tone of voice." I think it knows by now, and
Mhm.
that's it. I don't really even type that comment. I just record it. So
Yeah,
lazy.
I love that. I need to start doing that because
Yeah,
I just copy paste, and then I like that has my tone of voice, which is
yeah.
exactly the most important part, right? When editing it, because I don't think Gmail has perfected that yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
But yeah, coding is a smaller share than many assume at only 4.2%. So ChatGPT is not stealing the jobs of junior developers. Like, it's not
I,
able, like people are not using that like
yeah.
ChatGPT as much.
No, I think they're using other tools for coding,
Hmm.
like Cursor or
There's also Manus, Claude. Claude is one where I've heard it's been quite useful for even non-technical people
yeah,
to sort of use to understand how to to code and like to work. They kind of use it in relation to like Lovable as well when they're building things out.
Yeah, so yeah, Lovable uses Claude. Yeah. So I think for coding, I mean, people like normally, at least developers are using it. They
Hmm.
prefer other tools that are maybe a bit better in this regard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
but I don't know. I'm not a developer, but I think I have a couple of friends who mentioned that they use Claude.
Nice.
Yeah.
So why this all matters? Well, in you can kind of understand map the way people are using ChatGPT to then perfect your content strategy, your branding, however you're writing your content on your website. So this is quite an interesting article. I would highly recommend deep diving. And once more, we'll share these notes so that you can read through the summaries and our research on it. But for now, I'm going to move on to the third update, which is something in your ballpark, being a YouTuber, Tarek, which is YouTube's new generative creation tools. So YouTube launched a bunch of new tools, VO3 in shorts, like all these editing with AI. I think it's just so that you could edit and create videos a lot more easily
Yeah.
and you could populate YouTube with more content. Yeah, it lowers production costs, faster iterations. There's a fear that it might put a lot of, in the long term, it might put a lot of these like YouTube production studios out of business.
No,
But have you played with it? How has it been?
no, I think this is specifically for shorts, right? Not for long form videos.
Yeah, for now though, right? Like,
Yeah,
do you
for
see
now.
it sort of like
Yeah,
blowing up?
exactly. I think for now it serves specific channels, right? So if you're B2B or like you do lots of explainer videos, demos, obviously these new features won't help as much as maybe other niches. I don't know, like faceless channels or these fun vlog kind of videos. I think these will benefit the most from these features because yeah, they can do lots of cool stuff with it, with AI and stuff like that. But I think for businesses, you still have to do some work to make sure like you get lots of views because yeah, you can use VO3, you can use Sora too, you can use every AI tool, but you still have to nail the fundamentals, which is like having a good hook, having a good topic, good script, all of that stuff. Even with these tools, it's not gonna do them magically for you. And I also see this a lot on LinkedIn, where many people they are selling these N8N workflows, like, hey, this produces 20 videos in one click. Yes, it does, but I don't think any of these videos will perform well. So I think most of the videos, if you're gonna use these new features, depending on your niche, they're not gonna perform well from the get go. So I would say test them out. There are some things gonna speed up the way you edit videos for sure. But yeah, you still have to focus on the fundamentals. What's your idea? It's a good one. Make it relatable. Nail the hook. Write an engaging script. And these things is just, I would say, bonuses just to make things quicker. There's nothing, life changing yet.
Yeah, I think it would serve well. Like, personally, I love to consume a lot of like video essays, I call them, like on
Yeah.
YouTube, where you have like sociologists, anthropologists,
Yeah.
writers, deep diving into a topic, and it's usually them speaking about this topic. And right now, I think they could really benefit the most from these tools because they can,
Yeah.
in between when you're just sort of speaking out the content and you're not necessarily creating the visuals, you can sort of copy, like paste these visuals into their like YouTube videos as well and create like some unique content. But like yeah, like you said, I think it's there's a lot in this space that's going to change, but for now you still need to keep with the
Yeah, for
fundamentals.
sure. We're reaching a point where it's gonna be super easy in few clicks to create the most engaging video. We were reaching that point for sure, but we're
Yeah.
not there yet. And if we reach that point, we have to remember that everyone's gonna be using the same tools, the same features. So always, how do I stand out if everyone's gonna do the same? Which is the fundamentals, like the idea of the video, is just gonna be the main differentiator.
Yeah. And also stay tuned, guys. Next week, we're going to have some sick, like fireworks, explosion, action scenes. We're going to edit the hell out.
For sure.
Derek's going to edit the hell out of this video.
I'm gonna
That's
edit that up.
adding some work onto your plate. But
We can
that's
use we can use
basically
we can use some
it.
AI. We can use some AI.
Yeah. And that's basically it. Wait, why formatting of this video? But yeah,
Yeah,
that's basically it, guys.
I'm taking 20% of the
I know
now
it's for some reason it just wanted to kick me to the side and give you more screen
no,
time.
it's the other way for me.
Really?
I was
It's
like,
like I was
no.
just like move like
I was like, the screen loves you more than me. I was like, okay.
it was that for me. I was like, oh my god, okay,
Okay, good
fine.
to know.
Larry
That's
can
good
take
to
that
hear.
space. Now we're equal. Now we're equal.
Very cool.
But yeah, that wraps up this week. Like, we'll see you guys next week with some more updates. Probably not as major as the ones from this week because we just
Maybe we'll
dumped on you
mention
guys.
Sora too next time for sure. I
We'll go
think.
into some details. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. We're
we can mention
breadcrumbing.
Sora too. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna test more things out, share more insights. So stay tuned.
Yeah,
We're
that's it.
back.
See you next week, guys.
Yeah,
Yes, we're back.
we're back.